We're gonna go through quickly a quick review of those 10 steps. We don't have to remember all of them, but I'm just gonna look at this location. This is the way I really work on location. We're gonna start to fix it. Where is the brightest spot in here? There. Where is the brightest non-direct light in here? It's all pretty much, it's kind of around here actually, right? Because she has this red dress and it's very vibrant, my mind said, forget, I kind of want a harsh light and then I'm going to fix it. Okay, I'm going to diffuse it, okay? Because in fashion, sometimes that harshness kind of looks good, but I don't want it to look harsh where her arm is exposed more than her face and what have you. Amanda, can you bring your chin up a little bit? You see how her nose is a disaster now and all this? I still like the look of how she seems to be sitting there. We're gonna make it look amazing now, okay? So, can we get that reflector and the diffuser from Pro Photo and the reflectors from Westcott?
Watch that cord, Roberto.
All right, guys, I'm gonna be shooting ISO 100 because there's plenty of light, or ISO 200, one of those two choices. To be honest, every single time I'm outdoors, I always shoot at ISO 100 or ISO 200. The reason is, if the light is not good, if the light quality is not that good, I create the light quality. I don't just raise my ISO. Does that make sense? So in outdoors, I pretty much stick to ISO 1 or 200, even when it's not, even when it's a little bit cloudy. Cloudy, I may raise it a little bit. So let's try this. Going to remove the Pro Photo thing, turn this thing off. Okay, and I'm going to put this flash here. This flash is only working as a master flash. I am not going to fire this flash. It will not contribute to the exposure. It's only going to communicate to the other flashes and it's gonna say, you guys fire, and that's all it's gonna do. I'm obviously gonna put my flashes on manual because I don't want TTL to get confused with the bright sun and I don't want to deal with all these problems. So manual, I control everything. By having manual flash, I have 4 choices to change the light output. I have distance, ISO, aperture, and power of the flash. Let's go ahead and start. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna start shooting her with no flash at all, and let's see what that looks like. Go ahead and bring your chin up a little bit. Okay, one more time. Chin up a little bit. Okay, go ahead and take a look. Do we have a monitor here? Take a look at that's a really cool shot. This is what we start with. Think.
Waiting.
What's that? Take another shot. Chin up a little bit. Look at the camera. Beautiful. Okay, let's take a look at that. Colin, could you remove this chair out of the way, please? All right, so almost there. Perfect. Okay. I love having all this technology all over the place. It's so much fun. It's like just things just happen magically. Okay, this is what you would call a photographic disaster. Okay? But if you like the look and you understand lighting and you know how to control it, you don't let it intimidate you, you can make this into a really beautiful image. Okay? So let's start. The first thing we gotta fix is the harsh light. So we're gonna put a diffuser over them. So let's put a diffuser over her. Do we have another diffuser? Do we have 2? We have another one in the Westcott bag. We need 2 of them. Okay. Are you melting? Okay. Okay. Let's put this one over her, and then I need Tyler. Could you help me out with this one? Let's put this one over her. Or actually, maybe he can do it too, if he wants. Or maybe you should do it. I don't know. That, okay, let's just diffuse the light first. And then Tyler, I don't need you for this picture at all right now. Okay, we now fixed the issue with the shoulder highlights and the face. If you want to make your lighting better, bring the diffuser closer to the subject, because that way the light source is bigger relative to her face. So let's bring the diffuser closer. Now bring your chin up towards that. Tilt your head to one side. Hold it right there. That's perfect. Let's see here. Relax your eyes, Amanda. Close them. Now open and look at me. Okay, let's take a look at this example now. Look at the difference, it's getting better, right? Now, that background is all good. I'm going to make the background a little bit darker. So I'm gonna make my shutter speed. I'm gonna make my shutter speed 180. As soon as I go over the 180, I'm gonna be in high speed sync category. So I'm gonna stick to the 180 for now. And I'm gonna see how the ambient light looks. If the ambient light is too bright, I'm gonna change my shutter speed to faster than the sync speed. And then I'm going to change the background light to a dimmer lights, okay? So, 180. Okay, look at the background. Okay, do you guys still think it's a little too bright? All right, now we jump into high-speed sync category, right? So let's turn this sucker on. We're gonna put in, I'm using a Canon, I'm gonna go to high-speed sync. As soon as I do that, I know that my flashes will lose 3/4 of their power. So now I'm working with 25% of what I used to be working with, okay? So now, I'm gonna put this flash in group A. Boom, group A. And I'm gonna start at my usual starting point of 1/16 power on this flash. I'm going to need 2 flashes because why do I need 2 flashes for this? Because I just lost all the power, right? So I'm gonna put this also on group A, channel 1. They both speak English, they both have the same name. So when I raise the power of one, I'm raising the power of both, all right? Can I get the triple threat thing? I left it on the table.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Sorry. All right. Now I'm gonna start working. I'm gonna turn this off for a second. I'm gonna go ahead and go over the sync speed. I'm gonna go to shutter speed 500. I feel like the background is way crazy bright, so I'm gonna tone it way down, okay? I feel like that's adequate. So now look at the background. It's a lot more manageable, right? Clearly, I wouldn't shoot here. I mean, in a real shoot, it's just examples, okay? All right, do we have that thing? Great. Now, once that step is over, when you're happy with the ambient light and you're like, okay, this is good, now we need to work on the exposure on Amanda. So that's a different exposure altogether. Because we lost the power on these flashes, we're going to gang them up, okay? So, okay, there's one. Two. And if you have a third one, you can put it there. This is still not strong enough to do what the one flash used to do below the sync speed or at the sync speed. But it's better than just having one, okay? Kyler, can you put this right here? Now we're gonna pretend we don't know how to use the flash, and we're gonna just do straight flash right on her. It's gonna look terrible, okay? Well, not terrible, but it will look like flash. Okay, so starting with this one, high speed sync. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Let's see here. Did that fire? The flash is fired?
Yes.
Let me see. Let me see. Turn them towards me. Okay. Guys, take a look at this. This is why I did this, because it's hilarious how weak the light is now. Go ahead and show the picture before this, please. Look, you couldn't even see the flash output. It's because the high-speed sync basically killed all your power. So now I'm gonna go to my power settings here. And I'm gonna go to group A, and I'm gonna put group A at full on power, okay? That is group, are those in group A? They are?
Yes. A and A
A and A?
at 24 millimeters.
All right. This is funny. Even though I'm a full power, I know from experience, it's still not strong enough to reach because of the high-speed sync situation. So I'll take it in this way, and then we'll fix it, okay? So go ahead and stay there, stay that way. That's beautiful right there. Keep your chin up towards the diffuser. And 1, 2, 3. Okay, it's actually not bad. It actually shows up okay. I put it at full power. Good. A little strong. Now let's put the diffuser over the flash. And now you make a decision. In fashion, light can be more harsh. In beauty, light should be really soft. This is like a fashion shot. So we're actually gonna go the opposite. We're gonna go harder light, but not so hard where it looks like this. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to zoom the flash head of those two flashes to be at the full power there. So I'm gonna go to zoom, and I want this to be at a 200 millimeter zoom. That's gonna give you a more fashiony appeal, flair to the photo. Are we zoomed in?
Yeah, we added a
Let me see this real quick. Okay, something interesting just happened. They added another flash to the whole, whatever you call this contraption. But look, one of them is on TTL. That would throw your entire thing off, and that happens before. I've had people put this together. One's on manual, one's on TTL, one is out getting a piña colada. Like, I don't know what's going on. So we're going to change this flash to TTL. To manual, I'm sorry. Or just forget it and take it out. Okay. Let me see the flash head on those. Okay, I'm going to zoom. I'm going to zoom this to 200 millimeters. I'm going to zoom this one to 200 millimeters. Okay. Now, here's the trick. The light's gonna be really strong on her because I zoomed the flash. I wanna kind of make it look fashiony, so I don't mind a little strong, but I don't want it to be flashy looking too crazy either. So now I'm going to choose my aperture, and I'm going to start changing the aperture to control how much of the light hits her, okay? Because we have 4 choices, remember? Aperture's one of them. All right, man. Then you have to decide, how far do you want that flash to be from that diffuser? The closer it is to the diffuser, the more harsh the light will be. The farther away, the softer it will look. Let's start with harsh, and then we'll move out. Okay. That's gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay, let's say I want a little more power on the light. I want a little more punch. Let's get that closer to her. That's not what I meant. Let's bring that back where it was, and let's put that flash closer to the diffuser. Let me ask you guys, what is the difference between putting the diffuser close to the subject or putting the flash closer to the diffuser?
The diffuser is going to get softer as it's closer.
Right.
And the flash is
very
gonna get
big
harder
difference. If you put
as
the diffuser close to the subject, you're softening the light. I don't want it soft. I want it spicy, right? And when they did that, it would give me a soft light source. So that diffuser, man, has to go farther away and keep the flashes about 6 inches from the diffuser. Now let's try it. How beautiful that's gonna look. Very nice. Now watch this. Let's say you're in a rush. You're like, I need to increase the power quickly, right? You're like, what do I do? You can change the ISO. You cannot move her, right? So I'm just gonna grab my ISO from 100 to 200, and that's gonna give me double the light, okay? So let's try that again. Now look at that. Look at the way that looks with ISO 200 instead of 100. Cool? Now you say it's a little too harsh. Grab that flash, man, and bring it out a little bit. That's it. Put the diffuser a little closer to her. Put that flashbang about 6 inches up so you can hit her in the eye. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. This last one here, because the light is more in the eye. Is that the last one? That is the last one? Okay, cool.